So welcome students. So today's lecture is on the translation. Okay. So everybody might have heard the term translation in your 12th class itself. So what is translation? So when we say translation, we have central dogma of molecular biology. Okay. So this is our DNA. DNA is a double stranded structure. One strand goes 5 prime to 3 prime. Other end goes 3 prime to 5 prime. Okay. So this is our double stranded DNA. And this DNA can replicate itself. So this is a replication. DNA can give rise to the DNA itself by semiconductor replication. So this is a replication, and this other thing, the DNA can give the RNA molecule, ribonucleic acid. So this process we call as a transcription. Okay, so this one is the process of the transcription. So how this DNA molecule get converted into the RNA? So that is a process of transcription. Next, what is difference between DNA and the RNA? DNA has adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. What does RNA have? RNA has adenine, guanine, cytosine, and instead of thymine there is a uracil. There is a difference in the ribose ring. There is a ribose ring in RNA and deoxyribose ring in the DNA molecule. So these are the some of the few differences. So this one is a RNA molecule. RNA is a complementary to the template strand. So this RNA molecule is there, and next thing we have is this ribosome. So this one is this red thing is our ribosome. So this is small subunit, this is large subunit. These two together bind to this RNA molecule, and now it is getting translated into this polypeptide. So this is a one amino acid, second amino acid, third amino acid, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. So these are all joined together by the peptide bond. Okay, so this is a translation process. So whenever we say the DNA is being translated into protein, it means that it is being transcribed into RNA, and this RNA is being translated into the protein. So this is a translation. So when we say protein, so protein is made up of the amino acid. So what are the amino acids? For example, this phenylalanine is the amino acid. Leucine is a amino acid. Leucine, isoleucine, methionine. So we have total 20 common amino acids occurring in our body. Okay, so these 20 amino acids join in the different combinations, and after joining together they form the polypeptide chain. So we are more interested in how these amino acids are being formed. Okay, so that's why we have the right side diagram which we call it as a genetic code table. So this is basically our genetic code table, and each of the three units, for example U, we call it as a codon. Okay, so we call it as a codon, and it codes for phenylalanine. So this U codes for phenylalanine. So why this genetic code table is important when we are studying translation? So you should know that when we say DNA, so for example this is our DNA, 5 prime to 3 prime end, A, T, C, G, T, A, C, T, G. Okay, and complementary is a T, T, A, C, A, T, G, A, C. So 5 prime. So this one is our DNA. So this is our DNA molecule. Okay, so whenever we say there is a complementary RNA formation, so if it is a coding strand and it is a non-coding strand, in this case what happens is that our mRNA sequence looks like the coding strand. So non-coding strand can be also called as a template strand, and this coding strand also can be called as a non-template strand. So why this different name are being given when we are talking about the mRNA? When we are saying mRNA, synthesis for transcription, there is a coding non-coding strand. So coding strand means mRNA sequence will look like a coding strand. So for example, this is mRNA, our 5 prime, 3 prime, A instead of T there will be the uracil, CG instead of T again uracil, AC instead of T again uracil, G. So this is our mRNA. Okay, so this will be our mRNA strand. And now if you want to code this mRNA, so how this codon start, sequence start? So generally initial codon will be the AUG. So AUG will be initially methionine. So we always expect here to be present AUG at 5 prime end. So if we are expecting here AUG, so whenever we are seeing the sequence here, you expect to find ATG at the start of the gene. So TAC. So this should be our sequence. If it is a gene sequence and if it is a transcribing into the record protein, so first is a AUG. Okay, so what is AUG? So you can find here AUG is a methionine. So this one is 3 codon, this one is other codon, this one is other codon, this one is other codon. So likewise, so it goes on as the sequence comes, right? So based on the what is importance of the genetic code table, so and how it is being formed. So before coming to this thing, for example, first we write here methionine, AUG. AUG is methionine, AAU. So this A, and this U. So it should be here asparagine. CGU, CGU. So whenever we are reading first, we are reading in this direction. Where we are reading second letter, we are reading in this direction. And if we are reading third letter, we are reading in this direction. So C G U. So CGU is a arginine. So arginine. Next is a ACU. A first. Second letter is a C. So here we comes here. So third letter ACU. So first ACU is a 309. So this one is a 309. So this is our polypeptide chain. It goes on like this. Okay, so this is a N terminus and this is a C terminus. So this is our polypeptide chain. So the genetic table is important in our translation process, because whenever we are seeing this, we have this DNA sequence, it is transcribing into this RNA and then translating into this peptide chain. So we have to look at the genetic code table. So how genetic table code is formed? For example, first letter I have kept as a red letter, second letter I have kept as a black letter, third letter I have kept as a blue letter. Okay, and sequence always start like this: UCAG, UCAG, again UCAG, UCAG, next UCAG. So again now it is repeating in this small box: UCAG, 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 UCAG. Okay, so if we want to form for example first codon, so you take this letter, first letter, second letter, and you take third letter, this U. So UUU, that is phenylalanine, UUU, UUC, that is a phenylalanine, UUA, that is leucine, UUG, that is leucine. Okay, so how this UUU codes for phenylalanine, that is experimentally determined. People have done experiment and then determined, okay, UUU codes for phenylalanine, or UUC codes for phenylalanine. Likewise, if you have CU, CUU, CUC, CUA, that is leucine, CUG is a leucine. So likewise we have different codons. So you can see in this codon, this is genetic code table. Total how many letters are there? 4 letter. And how many times it is this repeating? So 3 combinations. So 4 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 4. So it is 64. So total it has a 64. So 4, 4, 4, 4. So it is a 4 times. So there are a total 64 codons are present in our genetic code table. Out of these 3 are non-coding. So this stop codon UAA, UAG and UGA are the stop codon. They are non-coding. So only 61 codon are the coding table. So this actually codes for the protein in our translation process. Okay, so this is how it forms. Again, one thing you can note in the genetic code table is that only 2 letters. So here 2 codons UU and UUC. These codes for phenylalanine, right? UUA and UUG. It codes for the leucine. Okay, so there are the differences are present here. So sometimes it can be the 2 letters, 2 codons for the one amino acid. Sometimes it can be a 4. Sometimes it can be a more than 4. So for example, in the leucine, these are 4 and these 2, total 6 codons are there. Sometimes for tryptophan there is only 1 codon. So based on this one, there can be a different number of the codons for the particular amino acid. So here tryptophan it is 1, phenylalanine it is 2, tyrosine it is 2, proline it is 4. So likewise you can note these are the differences in the genetic code table, and this one is our process of the translation. For the process of the translation, this is our raw material. This information is already present in the genome. Genome has determined which codon will code for which amino acid, and based on this genetic code table we can synthesize this polypeptide chain. And how we can synthesize? We have DNA sequence, we transcribe it. So this is a process of transcription. Transcription will happen, it will give this amino acid, so 3 letter codon, and this 3 letter codon we can go and find in this genetic code table, and we will determine, okay, this one is our polypeptide chain. So that is a process of the translation, and this is what genetic code table is there. And this for forming this translation process, already we know there is the ribosomes involved, small unit, subunit and large subunit. So we will come to that point again later, right? So that was in short about the process of translation.